thought it would be a good idea today to share my favorite story. It's a very famous guy who wrote my favorite story. His name is Dr. Seuss. Have you guys ever watched a movie or read a book with mommy and daddy, or even in daycare by Dr. Seuss? Maybe something like The Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, stories like that. The Places You'll Go. And then they made movies. I think there was a movie called The Lorax that you may or may not have seen. But all of those stories in that movie, they were written by Dr. Seuss. He wrote tons of books for little children. But the cool thing about Dr. Seuss's books is that adults can learn lessons from them too. So today we're going to read a story called What Was I Scared Of? Does it sound kind of creepy? I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. All right, so first thing first. This is the cover of our book. You see, whenever you read a book, look at the front cover. Look at the pictures on it. Look at the words. The first thing that's on this book is the title. What was I scared of? The title of a story always tells you something about the book. It gives you a clue about what you're going to be reading. And the title is simply the name of the story or the book, okay? Then you usually see on the front of the book the name of the author. An author is a person who wrote the book. And in this case, like I just said, that would be Dr. Seuss. And sometimes you'll see a word is kind of long. The word is illustrator or illustrations by a person. And that person draws the pictures that we sometimes see in books. So, things out of the way. Are you ready for my favorite story? Okay, here we go. I was walking in the night, and I saw nothing scary, for I'd never been afraid of anything. Not very. Then I was deep within the woods when suddenly I spied them. I saw a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them. I wasn't scared, but yet I stopped. What could those pants be there for? What could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for? And then they moved. Those empty pants. They kind of started jumping. And then my heart, I must admit, it kind of started thumping. So I got out. I got out fast as I could go, sir. I wasn't scared, but pants like that, I did not care for. No, sir. After that, a week went by. Then one dark night in Greenwich, I had to run an errand there and fetch some Greenwich spinach. Well, I had fetched the spinach. I was starting back through town when those pants raced around the corner and they almost knocked me down. I lost my Greenwich spinach, but I didn't even care. I ran from home. Believe me, I had really had a scare. Now, bicycles were never made for pale green pants to ride them, especially spooky pale green pants with nobody inside them. And the next day, I was fishing for trout on Rover River when those pants came rowing towards me. Well, I started to shiver. And by now, I was so frightened that I'll tell you, but I hate to. I screamed and rode away and lost my hook, my line, and the bait too. I ran and found a brickle bush I hid myself away. I got brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway. I stayed all night and the next night too. I'd still be there, no doubt, but I had to do an errand. So the next night, I went out. I had to do an errand. I had to pick a peck of snide in a dark and gloomy snide field that was almost 9 miles wide. I said, I do not fear those pants with nobody inside them. I said, and I said, and I said those words. I said them, but I lied them. Then I reached into a snide bush, and the next thing that I knew, I felt my hand touch someone, and I'll bet you know just who. And there I was, caught in the snide, in that dark and dreadful place. Those spooky, empty pants and I were standing face to face. I yelled for help. I screamed. I shrieked. I howled. I yelled. I cried, oh, save me from these pale green pants with nobody inside. But then something strange happened. Why, those pants began to cry. Those pants began to tremble. They were just as scared as I. I never heard such whimpering, and I began to see that I was just as strange to them as they were strange to me. So I put my arm around their waist and I sat right down beside them. I calmed them down. Poor empty pants with nobody inside them. And now we meet quite often, those empty pants and I, and we never shake or tremble. We both smile and we say, hi. Okay, guys, did you like my story? I'll tell you, that is one of my favorite stories of all time. And the reason why it's my favorite story is because it has a theme that I love. Now, have you ever heard that word theme? Okay, well, the theme is simple. It's the big idea. The theme is the big idea of the story. So when you think about the big idea of what was I afraid of, it's that sometimes we're afraid of people or of things that we don't have to be afraid of. It's just that we're not familiar with them. The lead character in our story, the little guy, he had never seen or probably even heard of pale green pants with nobody inside them. And to be honest, guys, I think I'd be kind of spooked if I just saw pants walking around with nobody inside them. Would you? I mean, if you would, that's perfectly normal. But our character found out once he got to know those pants that the pants were scared too. The pants probably had never heard of a little guy running around that looked like him. So I think the moral or the theme of this story is that you don't have to be afraid of certain things or certain people. It's just that you need to get to know those things or get to know something about those things or get to know those people. And this is a good story for children and even adults sometimes when you're going in new situations, like when you're going to school or you're going to daycare and you have to meet your new teachers and you meet your new friends, or if it's mommy and daddy and they have a new job, they have to go meet new coworkers. Sometimes those new people don't look like you. They may have different hair, guys, like mine. But if you've never seen somebody with hair like mine, and you have hair like yours, Sometimes you might think that my hair is strange because it doesn't look like your hair. The same is true with the way that people look as far as their skin color. You know, we all are different, and we're all different for a reason. And that doesn't mean that we're scary or we're bad. It just means that we're different. And it's okay to be different. You were made to be you. I was made to be me. And it's perfectly fine for us to look different and to still be friends. So, did you enjoy the story? You gonna talk to mommy and daddy a little bit about the story? I hope so. Okay? All right. Have fun.